thought the first 9 minutes of the first half was pretty good. First half, I think we had 21 with 12 left, and then I thought the start to second half is probably the best run we had. So, yeah, I thought it was good. I thought we defended better, and then guys made some shots. So it was good to see Zeke, Ryland, and Diggy, make some shots because that's what they're here to do, and they were a little bit more aggressive shooting.
Coach, you got over your season high from last year in 3-point makes and 3-point attempts with 11:40 still to go in the second half. How different does the offense feel this year?
Well, it doesn't feel great because Hunter's not out there. I didn't think our offense was that good, but I did think guys can look to score more. That's quite a stat you're pulling out of the air during exhibition deal. So we'll see how it works once we can play real games. But I do think, in all honesty, the percentage of threes that we need to shoot probably doesn't need to be 55%, but it probably needs to be over 40 or right around there. And last year I think it was around 30. So good question.
Bill, I think you talked about the lack of progression from AJ. What did you think of him today, and what are you looking for as the season kind of starts?
Well, I thought he was okay. I still think the ball has a tendency to stick sometimes, and sometimes he bails out the defense by shooting, some soft jumpers rather than trying to get to the hole and get fouled. But when he did take it to the hole, he got fouled, just didn't make his free throws. I thought he was better. But certainly I think there's a big jump that he can still take.
Bill, you know what you have in David now, but did you know that when you got him, when you brought him in? I mean, that he's this carefree, just let it fly, play hard, get after. I mean, did you know that?
That's what we thought he was.
Okay.
And now, granted, playing against guys that aren't Arkansas type guards, it's a little easier to get a shot off than it was the other night. But I do think he's a good shooter. I think he's a good scorer, and certainly, I thought the thing that he did best tonight was pressure the ball and really give himself up offensively, and the ball didn't stick. He's starting to figure it out.
Playing him next to Juan, what did you think about that combination in the backcourt?
Oh, I think it's fine. I actually think he helps Juan because he's a better ball pressure than Juan. So I think there's some things about David that actually will make Juan better and allow him to be more of an anticipator and stuff like that. But he's a good guard. He's just little, and he's going to have a hard time scoring over any length. But if he can create space for himself, he's got a pretty decent chance of knocking it down.
And with Zeke coming off the bench, did you notice anything different about him or what he offered?
I thought the reason Zeke came off the bench is because I couldn't get him to shoot in practice. So I thought it was probably good that he looked to shoot the ball, because that's what those guys are here to do is shoot the ball. So I thought Zeke. I was probably as encouraged about him as much as anybody because he needed to see the ball go in the hole, and it looked good tonight.
And Coach, with Ryland, obviously got a great stroke from the perimeter, but he's really long. What all can he bring to you defensively?
Well, I hope he can bring a lot. I think he can become I thought at Alabama he was a good on-ball defender. I mean, I thought that he was able to take some guys out of games with his length, and he slides well when he's skinny enough. It's hard to screen him, and so I think he can become a very adequate defender. But the reality of it is, we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, but being able to throw the ball to him with a quick release and some size is good that he can get a shot off.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about that pregame interaction with Coach Ballard? So you guys kind of smiling and chatting it up. What
He owes me money. He hadn't paid me. No, we all love Brett around here, and his family, and Kelly's great, and the kids. we all really want Brett to be successful, and I think he's gonna have a really good team. I do. They were missing one of their better players, obviously. I think they're gonna have a good team, and you know, they're well coached. They did some things that we hadn't gone against one time. We hadn't gone against ball screen traps or anything like that all year long. So he did some things to keep us off balance, but they're gonna have a good team.
And you talked yesterday about early wins, building confidence. What kind of value does an exhibition game like this one have?
I actually seeing the ball go in the hole with actually people in the stands. I do think it helps. I do think it helps. It's amazing to me when you know, we weren't great by any stretch, but when you have some good things happen, it's so much easier for the next day to have more energy and look forward to it and that kind of stuff. And so I think the guys can watch this tape and also see, you know, we're not that far off in some areas. And even though they didn't have the speed to get downhill off ball screens, but it was still a lot better tonight than it was the other night.
Coach, I know there's a little bit of a talent disparity them being in Division II, and Hunter wasn't playing, but they were a little undersized. Their center was 6'8". That's something that helped you guys that you haven't seen yet in practice and learn to maybe guard an undersized team in the future on your schedule?
Yeah, but their 5-man really didn't shoot a ton of threes. So I don't know what he did. What did he shoot, one? I actually think we'll play when other teams are small. We're going to have to adjust. But it was probably a pretty good matchup. You know, the thing about it is with KJ, it doesn't matter who's out there. He can guard whoever. So you can actually play big or small against us. And KJ is capable of guarding 1 through 4, no matter what the situation is. The question will be, how do you guard 1 through 4 when they have a guy that's going to roll the guy into the post and try to post Diggy or Juan? And we got to figure some of that stuff out.
6 days until the season opener. What do the next few days kind of look like for you guys as a whole?
Off tomorrow, and then I think I could be wrong. I think we go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, and then we'll go Monday through Friday. But I think we have 2 more days off, Wednesday and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So, chance hopefully to get healthy. But like Hunt and Shaq, if this was a regular season game, you know, they probably both could have played. But Shaq's foot was a little sore, but Hunt feels better. So hopefully with 1 more day off tomorrow and then by Thursday there will be no limitations, I hope, on both of them.
In between now and the season opener, what are you hoping to see from the team in practice?
Ball screen defense, and I do think we can get more fluid offensively. You know, I don't know how you guys felt watching it, but it seems like to me we should have had more points than what we did, because we actually shot it fairly decent. But you know, unforced turnovers, turn it over too much, a lot of different things. But it's hard to score as many points when neither team shoots any free throws. So we got to figure out a way to get to the free throw line.
How different or similar maybe are Shaq and David? I mean,
they're polar opposites.
Okay.
Shaq is a strong, explosive, quick athlete that can play up underneath you and can knock you off balance with his strength, but he's not a scorer, not a shooter, like Ziggy. I mean, make a shot, but that's not what he does. And Ziggy, I'd say, would be the polar opposite of him.
So room for both then, clearly.
I actually think that I see Shaq being more of a point, and I see Diggy being more of a 2, to be honest with you.
And then with AJ in the second half particularly, did you see anything there that you liked development-wise from him? After he didn't start that second half, right?
Yeah, I thought Ryland actually played
Right.
the best in the first half, so I thought he was fine.
Yeah.
I thought he was fine, but it's still taking him a little bit of time to figure me out and figure it out how we want to do things. I think he's a good shooter. I think he can make shots and all stuff, but he's got to play to get downhill and use that body to get to the free throw line.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks.